What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Madonna. Indeed, it had been a few days since I've done a Madonna reaction. I do apologize. It's just getting to the point where it's hard to get around to all the deep dives regularly. Nevertheless, I had not forgotten. And indeed, I remembered that a couple people had asked about the regular version of Into the Groove. Now, people would know the very first Madonna reaction I did was a Shep Pettibone extended remix of Into the Groove. So this is a song I know, but people asked, like, would you be willing to react to the original one? And I realized that I have it on a vinyl record, which is to say I did just react to the, is it special dance remix or extended? Yeah, extended dance mix of Angel, a tune from her 1984 album Like a Virgin, which I'm still going through. And indeed, on the other side is Into the Groove, the normal version, which I didn't realize, and maybe people commented to this effect and I just didn't remember. But apparently the normal version of this track, which we're going to hear now, comes from the film Desperately Seeking Susan. It's a film I know by name. I remember this, phrase being used when I was a kid, so obviously, someone in my house, maybe my older sister or something, had seen the movie, but I don't think I've ever seen it, so I have no context for, the setting of, or the scene in the film when it may be played. But ultimately, I do know that name, or that movie by name. Nevertheless, yeah, I enjoyed the Shep Pettibone remix. Obviously, I expect this to be a little bit tidier, although having said that, it is 4:40, so it's not exactly a super short regular version, which totally fits. Again, her debut album, the self-titled album, had a number of tracks that were like 5-6 minutes long, where all other things being equal, and knowing what I now have come to know about a number of other artists who were making their way in the early to mid 80s, it seems like some of those tracks are longer than a standard version. Now, I actually really enjoy that a number of tracks on the proper album feel like extended editions. So again, the fact that this is a normal version of a track, but it's almost 5 minutes long, is not surprising. This vinyl came out 85, so 1 year after Like a Virgin. Nevertheless, let's get to it. I do want to mention the artwork on the back. It's just, it's so beautifully 80s in every way, including her glasses, which, the big sort of like wide rim 80s sunglasses. Nevertheless, let's get it. This is Into the Groove by Madonna, the B-side to her Angel extended dance remix single, which came out, as I said, on 85 on Sire Records. Cat potato on my lap. And you can let's start that at the proper tempo, huh? I was like, why does that sound? It's like, oh, because it's on 33. And you can dance if you want to. has been issued. Good advice. Chorus in this one is really good. Every time it starts, it's like. You could roll it over like 3 more times, I'd still be grooving. I'd still be in the groove. Yeah, it's just a great track. And a longer fade. In the moment, I'm like failing to remember what particular elements had been added for the Pettibone remix. It was the piano run, that's right, it was that piano run, right? Which I believe that was the one, was it the one? Andy Wallace, I believe. I'm trying to remember. But I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, the major difference is that there was that impromptu piano run, which was then included in that version of the track. But yeah, really fantastic track either way. And as I said, whether the extended mix or this one, the chorus, I think is just so well crafted and composed. It's just catchy, it has a nice sound to it, the melodic progression is nice. So yeah, top tune, and very much what I think of when I think of early Madonna. Now granted, I've now heard enough of the first album and a half or so to realize there was even more quality that I never knew about, despite hearing at least a few of her songs when I was growing up in the 80s. But again, it is the type of sound that, you know, even before this deep dive, if you had said to me, you know, what type of sound do you think of when you think of early Madonna? It'd be like that, you know, synth, like catchy synth pop sort of flavor with her, you know, distinct vocals, which I'm coming to understand through people's comments that, you know, over time she sings a lot differently, and ultimately early on they were fiddling with her vocals to make them sound a little bit like more youthful and high. Nevertheless, this song has the sort of character sound that I had previously associated with Madonna, even if I'm now coming to understand that on a more significant and broader level. Nevertheless, we will jump back to the Like a Virgin album after this. I don't remember exactly how many tracks are left. I want to say 4 or 5 at least. I think we're maybe about halfway through. And then yeah, we'll hopefully be on to more. I think Mark was saying, Mark, the proprietor of this deep dive, I think he was saying that once we get through Like a Virgin, there'll be more stuff that we can go through. So hopefully I'm remembering that correctly. Either way, we have several more songs to go on this album, or on Like a Virgin, before we have to think about that. And yeah, let me know what you think of this one. I apologize, Luca. I am going to have to pick you up. We'll see what Potato Cat does. Does she just chill? She does. Excellent. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.